Hey, y'all, I'm Roger McCoy for New from Nashville for 99.9 KISS Country, and I'm sitting here with Emily Miner. Thank you so much for coming in, hon.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for having me.
And she has a brand new single out called Funky Feel Good, which I think you're going to love. We're going to feature it on the show, and you can also check out the video right here in this blog. But let's talk a little bit about you. I know that's kind of a spooky thing to have to go through, and people start asking you questions. You're like, yes.
I'm a girl. I love to talk about me.
Well, first off, you're out on the road with your husband, John, which is really cool.
Yeah.
He plays guitar in your band. How did you two meet?
You know, I was in college, and he had a band, and I would get up and sit in and sing, and it worked well for them because I'd, bring all my girlfriends, and, it just kind of turned into one of those things where it was just the right time. He wasn't seeing anyone, I wasn't seeing anyone, and we both obviously want to do the same thing, so we kind of thought, well, you're cool, and I like you, so might as well try it.
You're cool and I like you.
Yeah, I can tolerate you.
You love him, right? I'm not trying to...
I do.
Okay, I want to make sure, because cool and like is like, I like the dog.
No, but I think you do have to like someone. You have to, at the end of the day, no matter how angry you are, frustrated, you have to still be able to look at that person and go, but I do like you. I still like who you are. I almost think to like someone is deeper than to love someone.
Well, it's worked out really well, by the way, for Thompson Square. But they said at one point in time that they get along better on the road when they're working together than they do back at the house. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, well, when we're on the road, we don't have time to really be married because we're both working so much, and I'm doing my thing, or he's, playing, or, he leads the band. So we're both so busy that by the time we roll in on Sunday, it's kind of like, hey, honey, how's your day? How'd it go? But if we're home for a few days, it's like, well, the laundry's not going to do itself. So, the maid called, and she's not going to be able to make it this week. We're going to have to, you're going to have to clean up after yourself.
She's out this week.
Right.
So how do you divide up the chores? I mean, do you flip coins? Do you have assigned chores?
No, he has like his things, his thing's the trash, and if there are any like big pots and pans, he'll wash the dishes. But for the most part, I handle most all of it. But I'm happy to. Like, it's therapeutic for me. I love to grocery
John's
shop.
sitting off camera right now. John, is this true? Just nod your head. He's not nodding his head.
Oh my gosh. You're going to get the what for when we leave here.
So what one chore won't you do at home?
I don't do dishes.
Period.
But, that's because I rinse mine off and put them in the dishwasher, and he doesn't.
This sounds like an argument starting.
It is. Now, this is going to be a long day now. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
I'm just
glad
kidding.
I can throw a little monkey wrench into the words.
I'm just kidding.
No, but if you know that about each other, that's cool. How long have y'all been married?
We've been married for 3 years, so we've been together for a total of 6.
Wow.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
That's longer than my first marriage. I think I was like 6 months.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Well, good. So, where have you found yourself now in Nashville? You've been there for how long?
5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you both move there together, or did you?
We did. I had like 6 months left of school. We'd gone out to Nashville just to visit and be tourists, and on the way home, we were like, we could totally do this. We should move. And I had like 6 months left of college, and I graduated, and 2 weeks later, we didn't know a soul, didn't have any friends, no plans, just packed up our car and moved.
Well, that's a great time to do it. What did you go to school for?
I went for elementary education. I taught kindergarten before we moved. So, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if this doesn't work out, you at least have a you can fall back on.
Yeah, I love children, and it's so nice that when we play festivals, I always, kind of take a moment to really get down on the kids' level and play with them or sing with them. But I don't know, just with these days, I don't know if I'd want to be in a classroom again.
It looks like it'd be pretty challenging.
It is. It's tough. And, I think teachers definitely don't get enough credit because their day never stops. A lot of people think, oh, they've got summers off, but I have a lot of teacher friends, and they work harder than some of.
And they also buy a lot of supplies for their classrooms.
They do. They exhaust their own time and their own funds, and they
just get paid nothing.
Yeah. So they need a pat on the back.
Let's just say thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate that. So let's talk about some of your influences, though, because everybody had influences getting started, or maybe there was that one pivotal moment in your life and you said, this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. Like Miranda Lambert went to a Garth Brooks concert.
Right.
And said, that's what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So what was the pivotal moment that you decided, this is really what I want to do?
I'm kind of the black sheep of the family in that I come from a family of planners and, kind of very OCD, and, this is the track you take like in life, and I totally threw my hands up in the air and said, I'm not going to have a plan, which is just not the norm for us. I come from a family of engineers and nurses and people with normal jobs, and I did Idol back in 2007, and I went pretty far on there. I made it to the top 50, and that just really opened a lot of doors and a lot of, opened my eyes. For the first time, I kind of thought, okay, I made it this far out of, thousands of people. Maybe there's something to this that I should look into a little further. But finishing school was really important to me. So like I said, I finished, and at that time I'd met John and we started playing together, and I thought, I believe that God lines everything up, and I thought, all right, I did Idol, and I've met this person that I'm sharing these interests with, and this seems like the right time to try it. And I didn't want to, look back and always wonder, what could have been if I hadn't gone out there.
Who were the judges when you went on Idol?
It was the original cast. It was Simon,
nice.
Paul, and Randy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did Simon have to say about you?
He was so nice to me.
Really?
Yeah.
He's always such a jerk.
He is, but I value his opinion. He can be so nasty and mean, but a lot of the times it's because he sees something that all of us are thinking, and he's just not afraid to say it. And so I feel like even if he had been kind of crude to me, instead of, getting upset or crying about it, I would have, honestly taken it and thought, all right, this is what he said. Let me go work on this and be better, because he's in the business. He does this, he knows better than anyone else would. But, honestly, he was a really nice guy, and they all were. No one had anything ugly to say to me, thank God.
Well, let's talk about your new single then.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that? Because I know you and John sit down and write a lot of these.
We do.
And there's always a story behind a song. So
yeah.
What's the story?
I grew up on the coast of North Carolina, and, spent a lot of time at the beach, and I wanted to write a song about the quintessential summer night. I almost kind of had a music video play through my head first. I thought about in high school when we'd camp out on the beach, or, load up a cooler and just spend all day hanging out. And, I thought, let's write that. And I called up my good friend Kip Williams, and he's helped me co-write a ton of songs, and it's kind of my go-to guy when I want to write something fun and upbeat. And I threw the idea out there and kind of explained to him what I had going on, and it was one of those that we cranked out in like half an hour. It was like really quick, just came, which I always think those are the better songs when they kind of just come together so organically and naturally, and it's just fun. It's you want to turn it up and roll the windows down and get out of town, and just kind of tap out of real life for a second and then go someplace fun.
So do you find yourself drawing on some of your influences then that you grew up listening to, and who?
Oh yeah, definitely. I might write something that sounds really pop country one day. I might write something that sounds like something, Reba would have cut in the 90s. It's just, it varies with me because we didn't travel a lot growing up. I'm sure because we just couldn't afford it. But my parents did a really good job at exposing me to all different types of genres. I mean, it might have been Billy Joel, it might have been the Bee Gees, it might have been Merle Haggard, or with Dad, it was Stevie Ray Vaughan or Muddy Waters. I mean, I grew up on all of it. Etta James, I could go on and on.
Sounds like you had a pretty good childhood. You're hanging out at the beach and listening to all sorts of music. It was a party, wasn't it?
I don't have anything to really complain about. I don't. But yeah, they made sure that I really got all of that, Queen, Michael Jackson, and then of course all the big female powerhouses in country. I love Trisha Yearwood. I wanted to be Lori Morgan so bad. So yeah, when it comes time to write, some days we lean more towards, the traditional, steel guitar sounds of country, and sometimes we write something really rockin'. That's the fun of songwriting. You don't ever know when you sit down and co-write what you're going to walk away with.
Wow, that's cool. That's very cool. Because I've always kind of wondered how that works, because I can't put a song together in my head.
Right.
I can make parodies all day long based off of stuff you've already written, but that's easy.
Right. Yeah, it's just you walk in and you might have an idea you've kind of stewed on for a little bit, or you might have absolutely nothing. And sometimes you walk away with something you love, sometimes you walk away with something you hate. But that's the fun of it.
Okay, so I know you guys don't have any kids, correct?
Not yet, no.
Okay, do you have any pets?
Not yet.
No. When do we have time?
I would love to. You're going to start another argument though, because I want a dog very badly, but we just travel so much. But I think if I got something like really small that would, travel size, it'd be nice. So.
Kelly Pickler actually built her bed on her bus so her dog could go up a little tunnel and get right on the bed.
Yeah, just I'm trying to give you but I'm so cute and sweet eyes.
It's not working for John.
No,
it's not. God bless him, because you and I are in the same boat, because my wife has been on me about getting a dog for a long time, John. I'm like, I got 2 cats. I don't want any more.
Yeah, it's just the 2 of us right now.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But now you're getting to travel all around the country. I'm sure that's very exciting. So where would you like to see yourselves in another 5 years? I mean, what's the one... Well, let me ask you this. What is your short-term goal and then your long-term goal?
Obviously long-term goal is longevity. I don't want to just do this for a few years. I'd love to, make a huge career out of it. Little things I'd like to accomplish. I want to play the Opry really bad. I've not had a chance to do that yet. And I just think that is such a huge establishment of country music. And I think if you have the chance to go and pay your respects, and that you should. And so I'd really love that chance. But, we just put out our 2nd record. So, of course, I'd love to, make more music and make more records. And we've been fortunate this year to really have some awesome shows with some bigger names. We're playing with Lee Brice next month.
Nice.
and Dustin Lynch.
He's a Carolina boy.
Yeah, and I got to play with Maddie and Tay last month. I love them. So I'm just, whatever God wants to give me, I'll take it. So
amen to that. Well, once again, Emily Miner, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to check her out. Let's do real quick though, website, Facebook, anything you've got so they can check you out.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. You just look up Emily Miner and it'll pop up. And then anytime I've got new music or news to share, I'll post it on there. I'm on emilyminer.net. All of our tour dates for the year are up there, and we're constantly adding more. And then I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Emily Miner Music.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And John, best of luck. And this is new from Nashville on 99.9 Kiss Country.